That's Jim.
I know.
Oh.
That's in the opening. That's part of Gavin's opening.
Oh.
Okay, and supposedly we're recording this time, so I don't have to.
Oh, did you not record last time?
No, I had to record it off of YouTube because I found that if you hit record first, once you start the stream, it kicks off.
Oh, okay.
And now we are on live.
Okay.
Live.
Live.
Hit that button, baby. Boom, boom, boom.
Hi.
You there, Gavin?
Hi. Hey, Jay. Hi.
Hello.
This is madness. This is.
You there, Gavin?
Hi. Hi.
What's the Eiffel Tower, stupid?
This is madness.
My tits.
This.
Just phone call. It's really bad idea not to talk about those things, not to really have some kind of dialogue about what's going on.
Whatever shall we talk about?
Was that the remix?
All right. Who's responsible?
Pokin with a Stick podcast. I'm leaving that. That was funny as shit. It was close.
I refuse to be part of an amateur show.
Yeah, right. No, that was the YouTube playing in the background. Hi, welcome to Pokin with a Stick podcast. October 20th, 2018.
Dear sweet Jesus. And you know, and people talk about how bad the BFO is, which it is, but I mean,
well, you know, I don't want you to feel lonely, and just
thank you so much. You're such a doll.
I want to tell you, big fatty.
Please tell us in the chat room if you can hear us. Hopefully they can.
It's only us there. I want to tell you, big fatty.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting a testimonial.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
I can hear you, Jim. Go ahead and ask.
I just want to...
Gentleman caller.
I just want you to know that it was a pleasure getting back to work this week and listening to you first thing every morning with my coffee.
Stop making that shit.
Horrible. No. I mean, I'd spent the last 10 days, getting my ass fisted, and there was no big fatty.
Mr. Mike says you are on the YouTubes.
Listening on the YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Oh. So.
Okay. Well, Jim, what an honor to have such a nice comment. Oh, God damn it.
Let's bring the phone in the room with you.
Well, because I don't want it dinging during the podcast.
And turn it off.
How dare you?
Can you hear us? Oh.
Everybody can hear us.
I thought that was one of your listeners saying, "Can you hear us?"
No, that was.
No, it's Granny and Durwood.
Are they? Oh, are they all right?
Well. If we're talking about Granny and Durwood, what's the definition of all right? Can they hear us in the chat room?
I don't know.
Yes. Well, they're listening on.
Somebody's listening on YouTube, but I'm curious to make sure that they can hear us on the stream.
Nobody ever answered, so
no.
I mean, Mr. Mike is writing something.
It says Pride 48 replay live stream.
Oh, that's Larkin. Hey, Larkin.
Hey.
Hi, Larkin. No.
I mean, Mr. Mike is writing something.
So, how do I sound?
You sound fine.
Live stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
My headset was kind of destroyed. I don't know if you can see, and he tried to tape it back together, but.
It's kind of like Vera. Time to put it down. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Evidently, they can't hear us on the stream.
It's playing on the stream. I had it just going.
You did? Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Turn it on again. Listen.
Toppy's not here, so there won't be any streams.
It's playing.
Oh.
As long as it's playing.
Okay.
Turn it on again. Listen. Okay. It's there.
And then we're on the stream, Mr. Mike says.
You are on the stream. Paddles,
okay.
We're on the stream.
Holy shit.
Okay.
What the fuck?
What?
The dick and
I've missed the porn.
one laughing Ron posted.
Laughing lactose. What?
Ooh, here we go.
So anyway,
Boy, Mr. Mike, he's got some beautiful tattoos.
Here's one just for Mr. Fatty.
Holy fuck, DJ Ron. Whew. I know what you were saying now, Gavin. That's not a hooded bishop. That's I don't know what that is.
that's a whole.
Oh,
fucking-
that's lovely, Ron.
I thought you would enjoy that.
Yes, I can almost smell it.
Oh my
So,
God.
so are we going to get a complete and comprehensive recap of your travels, Jim?
I guess.
Or was
Didn't
that?
you go to a florist convention, Jim?
Florence.
Yes.
There was the Rosebud show.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Was there a parade involved in that?
A parade.
Oh, they paraded their rosebuds.
So,
There was a lovely photo that you posted at the old swimming hole.
Oh,
was
yes.
was the event sponsored by Pure for Men?
I'm thinking it was sponsored by Crisco.
Or I would have guessed FTD.
Yeah.
It was. I had a really great time at Fist Fest this time. They really,
Went all out.
he really went out. He went all out this time, and but he has a. I won't get into the politics and stuff of it, but the Parliament Resort. You know what's the other name for it, Big Fatty? They really know how to host the show or host an event.
They do.
They do. I mean, it was incredible. They had both hotels filled.
Wow.
I mean, it was jam packed this year.
The only thing that doesn't do well during the tournament of rosebuds is the cafe.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
True.
nobody really eats until Sunday morning,
Right.
Saturday night, and it was good. I mean, we had them hopping all over the place, the maids, and doing stuff. I had a next door neighbor that was a lot of fun.
Uh-oh.
Who stayed in Rick and Jerry's room.
Right.
But we'll just call him the head.
The head.
The head.
Hmm.
He I don't know. He was just a lot of fun. He was very reminiscent of high school. He just made sure he smoked everything he had.
Oh.
Oh, that
Well.
kind of-
And then I realized,
All right. Now I get it. The head.
yeah,
Okay.
after missing like 2 days of this fest, I realized I had to say, go away.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Smiling when I left. But
supposedly on the 29th, that will be legal in New Jersey. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but
29th of what? October?
October, yeah.
Well, we'll see what
That's
happens.
what
That's Monday. That's a week from Monday.
that's what they said, but we'll see.
So
Well,
They keep
the
putting
whole
it
country of Canada's legal now.
Yeah,
trying to get all the regulations in place before then.
yeah, but what does that mean? It's okay to smoke it? So where did you get it?
It's recreational,
Yeah,
so you can anybody can smoke. Well, anybody over 21 can smoke it.
I can get on a swing set and play.
But
What?
it's still federally illegal, so
Oh, is that like the marriage thing?
It's going to be like the
Jim-
marriage thing. It'll be a state at a time, and then finally the feds will say, "Oh, screw it. We'll just go across the country."
Right.
and it
Uh,
takes nothing but changing it from a Schedule 2 drug to something else, and that's
recreational.
A recreational drug.
Unscheduled. Jim, was there a highlight other than the head?
I saw Chris.
Oh,
Aw.
Oh, Chris, and I wanted to meet up with him. I wanted to go out to breakfast or something with him, and it was just, well, let's see. The first 2 days I sat outside my room with drool coming down my face or whatever.
Okay, so it's like just like being at home.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't this chatty. I just sat there like this watching the clouds.
All right, Jim, before we go any further,
Yes.
because I know you don't listen to this show.
Yeah, not at all.
Did you notice anything different that changed at your home there in Maple
Shade.
what? Shade. I was going to say Shore, but I knew that wasn't right. Maple Shade, New Jersey, while you were gone.
Did I notice anything different?
Was there anything that changed while you were gone that you've noticed?
He didn't notice.
Oh, I know. We had a bet on last week's show. Gavin made a change to your home, and he said, he won't notice. I said, well, don't tell him. Let's just see if he does.
Well,
Okay, Jim. What did we buy in the last couple?
Hello.
What?
Feed me a little bit along.
That's what I was just doing. So you interrupted me to tell me to do what I'm doing. What have we purchased in the last couple of months that I was not happy with?
You're right.
And I kept complaining about it.
You complain about everything.
You know that ain't true.
There's your show title. Gavin complains about everything.
What have we purchased in the last couple of months that all you've done is complain about?
I'll tell you where we bought it. We bought it at Walmart.
Shoes?
Yeah, it was shoes. Yep. That's
Well,
yep, it's the shoes. He got it, Gavin. It's the shoes.
Big Fatty has a special one that's kind of different, but kind of
The chair?
close.
Well, it's
What's on
similar?
What's on the special
Similar.
chair?
What is the special chair made it from? Oh dear God! The questions get harder.
Toilet seat, Jim.
I bought the toilet seat before I left.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't like it, so I changed it. And you didn't.
To be honest with you, why you couldn't get your hand down in the hole to wipe your ass?
No, I didn't feel like the hole was big enough.
Exactly. You couldn't get your hand in there to wipe your ass.
And I was actually correct because the one that's on there now,
right?
It's thinner at the front. The other one was just like a fucking donut.
It's a round hole. You got a round.
I was sitting on a dollar store blow up donut for the pool.
That is so fucking hot.
wait a minute.
Hey,
Did Jim get home last Sunday?
Yeah.
Today is Saturday, so yeah, it was last Sunday.
Yeah.
So he hasn't taken a shit in 6 days.
No, he has. He just didn't notice it was different.
Okay.
hey, Haunt Cub. He just came in the room.
Hello.
I sent Hunt Cub a
Hi.
All right.
Hi. Whatever shall we talk about?
Okay.
Right.
Everybody froze up on me.
oh.
The thing I heard was Big Ron saying he just got home on Sunday.
And I said, you didn't take a shit for 6 days.
No, I did every day.
Okay.
I even wiped somebody's piss off the seat.
Oh, I wonder whose.
Piss boy over there.
Well, you were rushing me to go out, so.
I didn't know. I mean, I knew it was a new toilet seat. I didn't know you were that unhappy with it. Not that
I
really,
hated that
I would
too.
have told you to just.
Oh my God. We had a 20-minute discussion on the goddamn toilet seat on last week's show.
It was just too small. So anyway.
So Jim, what did you do with Gavin, what did you do with the donut hole toilet seat?
I washed it and I put it in the back of the box of the new one. So I put it And I
You
put
returned it to
outside.
Walmart.
No, I put it out in the garage.
Did you? Really?
Oh.
Oh.
I thought it might be hanging outside somewhere as decoration.
'Cause you
I was
never-
going to say that surely you can make a Halloween decoration out of that.
Oh, sure.
You know what?
I was thinking we put a potted plant in it.
You know what? Let me know where it's at. I probably can put some legs on it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the do-it-yourself. You should do a video, do-it-yourself special chair.
There you go.
A DIY special chair.
You know
Let's,
what?
let's go to the thrift store and find a nice chair to.
No, I want a kitty rocking chair. And
You what?
A kitty rocking chair.
rocking chair.
That's creepy.
Don't be an ass.
All right, he's making up his Christmas list, Gavin. Write it down.
Right? Maybe one that's a unicorn or something, right?
Oh, that way a little
A monkey rock.
yeah, maybe a bell or something like that when it rocks back and forth, or it plays Rockabye Baby or something like that.
Is this freezing up for anybody else?
Nope, just you.
Nope.
Just me?
I think that computer's on its last legs.
It shouldn't be. Well, you had it.
Mine's acting a little weird, but I'm
It's
doing.
Don't even start.
Someone else is hogging my bandwidth right now.
Oh,
And he's frozen up.
Okay.
Jim, was there a special puppet show that stood out amongst others for you?
There was on Saturday afternoon. There was one of the guys hosts. One guy hosted a party last April, and he re-hosted it again this year. Saturday afternoon between 3 and 6. This guy takes over the Edge nightclub,
Right.
and he brings in like leather stools, and everything's all covered up. Couple
Right.
things, and he has a DJ, and the bar is open, and everybody's. It was fun. It definitely is a highlight. I mean, if they keep doing that at Fist Fest, I mean, it was fun. This time
So
I didn't blow my asshole out the first 2 days. I sat there staring at the clouds, which I was able to pace myself easier that way.
Okay.
So I made it to the party this year, and it was a lot of fun. And it was, the lights go down low in the nightclub, and everybody just went. It was everybody got together at once. It was the one space big enough for everybody to be at once.
Oh.
It's such a hit, and it's so much fun. It's not the usual like jumping from room to room on Saturday afternoon. Everybody goes over to the club, and it's it's a lot more fun, drinking and socializing, and I had a really, really good time.
So that's where you blew your asshole out.
Pretty much, yes. By that time I was done. And Sunday, last year, Sunday was a big day for playing too. And this year it was not. So we had planned on staying Sunday and leaving on Monday. And once we saw that, there was hardly anybody there on Sunday, we left Augusta late Sunday afternoon and drove back to Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you one thing, leaving in the afternoon to go to Fort Lauderdale, there was no traffic anywhere. I thought maybe there would be some sort of a shore traffic or people returning from the mountains or something, and there was nothing. It was just zoom, straight down.
Well, good.
Yeah.
What was your highlight of Fort Lauderdale?
Peter Pan.
So, there was a lot. I'm not going to say. I don't get that too much excited about it. It was my friend Bill's birthday, so we went out to eat. It was me, Bill, and his partner Tony. Went out to eat, and two of his friends, Ryan and Ruben, came with us, and Ryan's boss came with us. Matthew von Fistenberg. I don't know if you know fisting videos at all.
Okay.
He's the guy.
I've heard that name.
Yeah, he He's the owner or creator of I think it's Dark Alley or Fisting Alley
Okay.
videos, and he was really, really, really a sweet guy. We were just sitting there cutting up. I mean, was probably about as stupid and immature as the rest of us at the table. Horrible thing to say, but he was a great guy. I shouldn't call him stupid and immature. He was just funny. I mean, it was great. It was nice meeting them. I mean, I know Ryan and Ruben. I've known them for the last couple trips down there from Bill. But the new guy, I was kind of, I've seen him in a lot. I've seen him in a lot more videos. The other two, I've seen them in action live on my bed. You know.
Oh, okay.
One thing, we went to a barbecue for the recovery group down there.
Okay.
And my friend from high school met us there.
Oh.
Okay. And it was really good. I mean, it was a barbecue competition and dessert competition. So everybody got the fill. And then once the dinner was done, there was the recovery meetings or whatever I guess that's what they call recovery meetings. And Bridget and I just took off. So neither of us.
Y'all went and had a drink?
We went and had a drink. That was just that we had a hard time breaking the news to people. It's like, well, we're going to go up to the beach. And like, what are you going to do there? And it's like, oh, get some apple fritters. We ended up going to the
now you froze, Jim.
Did I?
Yep.
Just for a second.
So,
Oh, okay. Am I back?
Yep.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. We went to the Los Olas Riverwalk.
Uh-huh.
And it was, we just sat there. We were going to get a cup of coffee or something because we both had long days. And we just sat there talking about, school and just how we've been. It's been about a year since I saw my friend Bridget. And it was beautiful. It really, really was beautiful. Sitting right on the water. And we're sitting there on boats and a cute little gondola goes by and kids in their boats, the loud radios. It was kind of funny. And then all of a sudden this big ass, huge yacht comes by. But it was really nice. And I did go to Peter Pan. And I think I could have ordered
a single pancake.
Single pancake. Yeah. Is there a reason? What happened? Somebody wasn't able to order one?
Dr. Stone tried to order a single pancake, and he was told that was not possible. But times change.
You must have changed their minds and made such an impression. They decided.
Well, it's probably in response to the Me Too movement.
That's it.
Have you been to the courtyard on the main drag in Wilton Manors? I think it's
Have I been in the courtyard?
The Courtyard Cafe.
I don't think so.
George from the Alibi. They have the best country fried steak and gravy. I get the country fried steak with mashed potatoes and sausage gravy, and I just love it. It's almost as good as grits at the sunrise.
And Jim, you came back craving sausage gravy and hash rounds.
Yes, bow rounds.
Oh, okay.
Bow rounds. I don't know why.
Bow rounds. And you found them.
Yes, but I left them there. I got to watch my potatoes.
Oh, okay.
Watch what I eat.
He was looking at them at ShopRite today. So
yeah, I was in
sure.
I was in not Augusta. I was in Charlotte, the Charlotte airport, and I had like a 2-hour delay, and I figured I need to walk around a lot more to keep my knee in shape. So I saw a big sign for Bojangles, and I'm like, oh, let me go see what Bojangle is, because I've seen the stores. I've never been in one. So I went there and I got a chicken and egg biscuit with a side order of bow round, and they were good. They were tasty little.
Now, did they have cheese?
No, I guess no. I didn't even.
They're just fried hash browns.
Deep fried.
Deep fried hash browns.
Yeah, the oil wasn't hot enough, so they were nice and greasy.
You can get those at Hardee's.
Wow, we don't have Hardee's.
Oh,
We
sorry.
don't have Carl Juniors or Crystals either. Oh, that was something else I got to eat. A Crystal burger.
What the
And
crystal-
It was disgusting. It was worse than White Castle.
oh, okay. Well, there you have it.
It was.
We have a Five Guys opening up less than a mile from my house.
Oh, they're good Five Guys.
Yeah, I like them.
Five Guys is wonderful.
All the peanuts you can eat. Bill and I, when we were driving back, we usually stop at Friendly's. And I'm not sure where it's at. It's either one stop before you get into Florida or one stop into Florida. Well, we somehow missed it. So we got off at a stop that looked familiar, and there was really nothing around. And I'm like, oh, let's try Crystals because it's like a White Castle. I haven't had a White Castle in years. So we went
I
down.
miss White.
Oh, Gavin, this was hard.
Every Christmas, Jim and I used to do the 12 days of Christmas. We don't really do it anymore. But and one of the things that I used to do is I would drive. We had a White Castle down the road here, and I used to go down there and get a sack, like a 30 sack of their White Castle burgers, and like a sack of sides, which is like 4 different sides, and come home and we'd like eat that all weekend.
Ah,
It was always one of my.
And have indigestion all weekend.
Oh yeah,
we were younger then.
yeah. It's now that would give us a coronary, so.
Right?
Ooh, who's that?
Yeah, the Crystal Burgers was
Green
not. It was not like. It tasted almost like a hot dog. It was not enjoyable.
Yeah, as Haunt Cub says, these were sliders before there were sliders.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, did Jim say let's try Crystal?
Crystal meth. Let's stop for some crystal meth.
nice
They-
hat.
Did they slide before and after?
What was that?
Did they slide before and after?
Oh,
Oh, I really didn't notice.
they didn't slide out?
Everything got hosed out that week.
Oh,
The Jiffy Lube.
It was only borrowed meals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like you don't put a lot of effort into your meal planning and stuff.
You were talking about White Castle a moment ago there, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
This will tell you a little how old I am, but I remember there was a Donahue episode before he went off the air, and they were talking about recipes for knockoff popular things.
Right.
And they had the White Castle burgers, and the secret was they used baby food.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, beef flavored baby food.
Oh my God. Well, it's food. I should be grossed out by that, but I should be grossed out by it, but I kind of am. So
ugh. Oh, Ed Gong has joined us.
Oh, hi, Ed Gong. Florida was nice. I would.
Lord, that sounds like for whom the bell tolls.
I was going to say, I just watched Addams Family last night. Sounded like the doorbell.
I love that show. I love those movies. They really did a good job on those.
I watched the Halloween one, and apparently it was a pilot for a continuation in the early 80s, and it never got picked up. But they had 2 different sets of kids playing the kids, and they called them Wednesday Junior and Wednesday Senior, and Pugsley and Law.
Oh, really? I have no idea about this.
Did you know that the actress that played Wednesday Addams originally, her husband was in porn?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Her husband was what?
Her husband was in porn.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I don't know what he looks like.
I can't tell you the
Straight
name.
porn or gay porn?
Probably straight. But supposedly, air quotes, she didn't know when they were married that he was in porn. And then later on, she found out because he was cheating on her and their marriage broke up. But they'd been together for at least 15, 20 years or something like that. And then, of course, later on, just like all good child celebrities, she needed to go to Betty Ford.
Was this the original or the one from the movie?
No, the original black and white.
Okay, the TV.
Yeah.
I mean, she's actually very pretty.
What was her name?
I can look real quick. You'd think I would think of this stuff ahead of time.
I'm right here. Wednesday Addams.
That's usually what my husband's for, but he's at work.
Wednesday Addams. This is going to be a lot of work. Wednesday Addams TV.
It's quite interesting though when you watch that Halloween special, which you can find online because it was in color. So you got to see some of the actors a little bit older and in color. And you're right, Wednesday Addams was actually quite an attractive young lady at the time.
Louise Starsage.
What was that?
Louise Starsage.
Is that her name?
Yeah, it's Hot Club says that.
Oh.
I don't know that name.
I don't think that's right.
I don't recognize her from the reunions.
I was going to say that's a limb of the family tree that hadn't been explored.
Right. Lisa Loring.
So close.
Yes.
Merch's Grand Road.
Oh, Mr. Mike.
Oh.
I'm catching up on the saving the porn.
Oh, supposed to do that when I came back?
Yeah, but that's all right.
Maybe next week.
So, Big Fatty.
Sir.
Yes. So I don't know if you've heard the rumor mill, but since he talked about it on one of his live shows, I'm assuming that it's general public knowledge. But then again, his episodes don't usually get out for a while. Romo said that his career may be taking him to your neck of the woods, possibly.
I did not know that.
Yes, he mentioned that because the company that he works for is considering selling the property where he is, and so they are offering him the possibility of a relocation.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So he hasn't said that they're accepting yet, because of course he and the hubby have to figure that one out. But they were just talking about it on Thursday at Univaz.
The traffic will be better here. Not much, but it will be better.
He said that it's further away, but there are some perks like being closer to the ocean for him. And he actually said that it's only a couple of hours from Jacksonville. And I said, well, I have cousins there, but I wouldn't normally admit that.
It's about 4 hours from Jacksonville.
Ooh.
Well, that's not bad.
So, yeah.
A weekend drive.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Second largest city in Georgia.
Jacksonville is not in Georgia.
Yes.
Might as well be. Might as well be.
So
It's
it's the largest, isn't it the largest city in the United States?
Right.
Based on geography, not population or anything. It's just like
That's correct.
the greater Jacksonville city limits are like the upper eighth of Florida.
Well, it's just like we call it Miami-Dade because it encompasses a big chunk of Dade County.
Right.
Well, Jacksonville did a land grab many years ago, and everything in Duval County became incorporated as Jacksonville. So that's why it's in acreage. It's the largest city in the United States.
Acreage. That's the word I was looking for. You know, vocabulary leaves you when you're
yeah.
I listened to your show, Fatty. I know.
okay.
I lived in the largest city area-wise in Minnesota when I was a kid. I was born there.
I'm surprised that Phoenix Phoenix would not be among the largest, because that's a sprawling city.
I know Dallas
What?
and Denver are up there.
What was the city, Larkin?
Hibbing.
Who?
Hibbing. Hibbing.
Never heard of it.
No, I thought. Wait a minute. What was the name of the town that the female one that was running for vice president, Sarah Palin? She was the mayor of the town.
That's Alaska. You're confusing the congresswoman.
Yeah, wasn't she the mayor? What was that?
No, Wanda Wisdom used to talk about her. She was one of those, batshit crazy ladies, and I'm trying to remember her name, but she was a right-wing nut job.
Michelle Bachmann.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
The
thinking.
lady with the husband in denial who's in the closet.
You mean our next the next UN representative of the United States?
Michelle Bachmann is going to be the next UN representative?
That's the rumor.
Oh my God.
That's a box of Cracker Jacks.
Did you?
No.
Wait a minute. Did you make that up, Gavin? Or
No,
did
no,
you
no,
really
no,
hear
no.
that?
No,
Ah.
I read it in like 3 different postings that were, like news outlets.
You watching Fox News at work again?
No, it's not Fox News. No, it's only a rumor, but honestly, that's just like beyond batshit crazy.
Those the rumor that her husband's straight.
That's a rumor.
God.
Oh my God, she is so funny.
She got into politics in Minnesota
I'm
after
talking
I
about the
left, so
husband.
I don't know her.
I was talking about the husband.
Honcup says he and Lindsey Graham have probably scissored.
No, I'm sure.
Ugh,
Oh my
Lindsey
God, now I'm gonna have that horrible visual in my head.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
Wait, Lindsey Graham sounds like a recipe at a vegan restaurant.
Right?
Ugh.
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay. Sitka, Alaska is the largest land area city in the country. Jacksonville is the largest in the lower 48.
Oh, okay.
Now we
Maybe in the
Look up
continental.
largest city area size Minnesota, since you're Googling everything.
Minnesota. Let me see if it made the list.
No, I mean within Minnesota it is. It's like 176 square miles.
Oh, okay. 176 San Jose, California. 178 is Norman, Oklahoma. Oh, Minnesota, Hibbing,
Yeah.
181.
181 square miles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's expanded since you left, Larkin.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Put it in another
They keep
traffic.
annexing more and more. So
He wants to put a Crystal Burger in.
Well, so, more than likely a forest burned down. They had to build buildings there.
growing up, there was no fast food. I think I was like junior in high school when we got a Hardee's.
Wow.
Wow.
And then wasn't until like I went back. They do have a McDonald's now, just one.
The McDonald's in my neighborhood growing up actually had the giant golden arches built into the building.
The white ones.
And there was no place to sit inside. It was a walk up.
Big Daddy, did they finally tell you to get out of the ball crawl?
No, we didn't have those kind of things.
Ours had tables outside.
Yeah, we had tables outside, but there was no inside seating.
They had the metal
Concrete tables.
the concrete tables with metal umbrellas.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And they were
thank you, Scotty.
They were in between the arches.
You know what?
Yes.
Allentown still has it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think they've remodeled it since, but it was one of the originals, supposedly. That's what they said.
There's a McDonald's not too far from where I'm at, that where I live, that still has the original arches, and they're not allowed to modify it or change it.
Yeah, I know.
I think isn't there one in Vegas also like that?
Now the original. Where was the original McDonald's? I know the original McDonald's, the first one.
Out in California, wasn't it?
It's in California someplace.
I think that's the one they're
It's
not.
like Modesto or something.
Yeah, that's one they're not allowed to change that I know of. Like they don't want to. They don't want to change it because they, the nostalgia.
I think it's a museum now.
Oh, it might be.
I heard a story somewhere that the founder of McDonald's and the founder of In-N-Out out in West Coast there used to be business partners, and they separated over a difference of opinions.
It could be. The original McDonald's was in Monroe.
Ray Kroc, wasn't he the?
Yeah.
So where was it at, Jim?
Downey.
Downey.
I thought that was a fabric
familiar,
soft.
Aren't all McDonald's like franchises now? There is no such thing as a corporate owned.
Still corporate.
I don't know if they do or not.
Oh, really? There's no corporate McDonald's anymore?
I'm not sure. That's what I'm asking. I'm not really sure, but I know.
I could picture them wanting to get out of it because it's a pain in the ass having to actually manage restaurants.
Yeah.
Well, I do know that in town, in St. Pete, we have different franchise owners. I didn't know they did that, but the weird part of all that is they have two different sets of prices.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Usually it's McDonald's company that sets the prices. So I don't know.
I would have figured, you go across town and be the same, but it is not.
Jim, that's exactly what my McDonald's looked like when I was growing up.
Yep, ours too. No, you know what? Ours didn't. No, ours had the big arches that kind of jetted out, and like in between the two arches, like the arches kind of went beyond the building.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And the sign actually hung from the arches. The sign that I remember when they put up the "We've sold 1 million burgers" sign.
That's the fun thing about watching some of these shows that people have put on videotape and then they upload them to YouTube. They keep the commercials in there. And when we were watching The Addams Family last night, we got to see some of the old commercials from the 80s with McDonald's. And they had things in there, of course, that they could never get away with today. All the marketing to kids, like the characters,
yeah,
and Ronald, and like the Halloween trick or treat lanterns.
I don't remember those.
I don't remember that either.
They were a little plastic pail for you to carry your trick or treat candy in, but they were orange and they looked like a jack-o'-lantern on the front.
Yeah, okay. I thought you meant they were actually lanterns. Okay, yeah.
Oh no,
those I remember.
You would get a Happy Meal in those.
Mm-hmm.
They were like little buckets.
Yeah,
and they would keep.
I wonder when the gift cards for the fries started being a thing. I know for a little while there when I was a kid, they didn't have them yet, but I wonder if it was like closer to the end of the 80s before those came out.
It was when French fries cost 10 cents.
Right.
I can tell you that.
And they wanted to get you to go there. I remember we had a McDonald's and a Friendly's right aside of each other.
Oh, I love Friendly's.
And Friendly's, I used to love going there because I don't know what they look like now, but this one had like they had like everything was counter service, and they had like they were bumped out, like there were like 3 sets of counters, like I guess it would look like I don't know, like a big U.
Mm-hmm.
And everything was counter service. There was no booths. Everybody, you'd sit at the counter, and your family would sit all in a row, and then they would wait on you at the inside the little bump or whatever it was.
They just remodeled the McDonald's along my commute, and they put in those touchscreen ordering machines. So there's a couple of more people who are out of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how many more people are in work creating?
No, not true. Because the cashiers, and I have this argument with people all the time when they're talking about the self-serve registers. Well, their argument is, well, all the people that it takes to maintain that and to make the registers. Well, first of all, they're not made here. Mm-hmm. Second of all, the same companies that make the registers, the self-serve registers, make the regular registers too. So no, you're not gaining anything. That's bullshit. So those same people are doing just a different job.
Well, I wonder
have
if
to
your
say-
order gets fucked up as often on the self.
No, that's what I'm gonna say is when I do the self one, my order is always correct because I'll order 2 of something, and I'll say with no ketchup or pickles, and they'll do it with 1. So you'll order 2 hamburgers, no pickles or ketchup. So they'll give me 1 hamburger, no pickles or ketchup, and 1 regular. Even though, so whenever I go through the kiosk, it's never wrong.
You know, this is arrogant to say, but Jim and I, well, I don't know about Jim, but other than like maybe at the airport, I haven't had eaten at a fast food restaurant in probably like 2 years.
Yeah.
Like we just don't eat at fast food restaurants. It's just
So the airport has a special ambiance or what?
no, it's
It
just because you're bored and you haven't had
It's
breakfast.
the smell of jet fuel that really turns them on to.
Well, and that's their gimmick, though. They sell you cheap food because it's nutritionally worthless.
Yeah.
So that you will buy 3 times as much to fill yourself up.
Okay.
But we have Wawas here, so like you could actually go in the same amount, less time, and get a
real
and stuff, you know, decent food.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean for the same, you know.
You need to stop eating that shit.
Like,
I ate a McDonald's cheeseburger probably a year and a half ago, and within 30 minutes, my stomach hurt so bad.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you still haven't passed it.
No, it was like I couldn't. It was like a race to the toilet.
Oh.
So it's like, holy fuck! I mean, it just woof.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they're using the same stuff to make the fast food, you know, burgers and stuff as they are pet food. Because I've been doing a lot of reading lately. I had a cat that became violently sick 2 months ago. He's a senior. He's 16. That's old for a cat. But they put the most horrific stuff into your pet food unless you're buying higher end brands. To make it a long story not so short, basically all those animals that died in the hurricane have been rounded up, and that's what meat byproduct is.
You cannot believe hardly anything you read online because
yeah, I'm not sure if I believe
I just that's the people like to say, oh, and that there's no way. I can say that they probably do use lower grade proteins potentially, but
if an animal cannot die of itself or from a natural disaster, it has to die. It has to be killed or slaughtered in the slaughterhouse to be used as food.
Yeah, but the regulations that they have for food that is for human consumption is a different level than what you have for your pet.
Okay.
But even on top of that, the amount of labor it would take to go gather up to gather up carcasses to do that would be infinitely more expensive than to go to a slaughterhouse and buy the low quality leftovers.
Well, it's an abundant source, so they don't really have to make much of an effort.
But even again, who is it? Is it? Is it some major? If it's a major corporation.
All I'm saying is that if you see meat byproduct,
yeah, but that does not mean that they found a carcass along the road and picked it up and threw it in.
Usually, byproduct means like they cook the bones and everything, all the other stuff until it's like basically mush, and then
the lower grade stuff like what you would find in Spam if it was for a person.
Yeah, well, Spam in itself, we could go on for hours about what, because nobody knows what the fuck is in that. So
because I've researched, because I have a dog and I want to make sure I give her the best quality of food. When you start looking online to see, there's so much misinformation because people can sit at their computer and type anything they want without any data actually backing it up.
Right, and all I'm saying is that I have a 16-year-old cat that I now have to give medication twice a day because I was buying cheap food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I believe that. I just don't know whether it was other dogs. Like,
No, I don't think it was. It was because if anything, that would be higher quality. If
No.
they actually did whole carcasses of like that,
I think he meant like
the quality would be higher than the like in meat processing. They actually take the bones and they spray them off with high pressure, and you get this what they call it pink slime or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And that's what goes into making hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff.
Nuggets.
It was, yeah. What was the brand of cat food, if I could ask?
It was Fancy Feast.
Oh.
we used to feed our dog Old Roy's from Walmart.
Mm.
And we tried changing her over to what was the blue something blue?
Blue Buffalo.
Yeah, she didn't like it.
Well, it was nutritious.
The thing
It's like eat your vegetables, Shelby.
unlike people, animals can't process fillers. And so, you think of something that fills you up as a person and you think a big bowl of pasta. If you were to give that to a cat or a dog, it's not going to digest it. It's just going to pass it. And you're spending all that money for a big can of food and not maybe half of it is something they can digest.
Well, she ate Old Roy's almost all her life, and she lived to be 18. So,
I'm not saying about that particular brand, but just be careful about what you're.
Old Roy's is dirt cheap. I mean, it was like the big bags, I think, were $10, and smaller bags were like $5. I mean,
and it made its own gravy.
And made its own gravy.
Well, that sounds like Gravy Train.
It basically was like generic version of the Gravy Train. So
Gavin was making the dog food one day, and I had just had a horrible day at work, and I walked in the house, and I'm like, what smells so good?
So you just made Jim a plate?
And if we had leftovers, like I always grill chicken, and then after like 3 or 4 days, it's kind of like, yeah, you don't really want to eat, so I'd cut it up and throw it in. She'd gobble that shit right down. She loved it.
He was the best garbage can. That's one of the reasons why we have that damn cat in the house.
So
Thanksgiving, I still remember the Thanksgiving when we caught her up on her hind legs at the stove, licking the ass of the turkey.
Oh,
what were you doing on the table, Jim?
I caught her like as she was getting up, and so it's not like she got full.
Man,
it's not like anybody eats the ass, so I didn't say anything. So
he was loving it.
Jim, so Gavin just took the soapy sponge out of the sink and wiped it off.
Yeah, that's pretty much what.
The sponge was only in there a couple years.
Yeah.
Well, the lube had clove in it, so it was already good to go.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
There you go.
Who are you?
Speaking of sponges, did I ever tell you the story about when Jim and I, where'd we go for a week? We went away for a week.
To hell and back?
I don't remember where it was. The first time we went on vacation after
Chicago?
The dog died. Yeah. No. After the dog died. Maybe it was Augusta. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. The point is, I normally like the sponge with the green side. It was actually a little old on the old side before we left, and I apparently did not wring it out enough. We got home, there was fucking maggots in it. It was
oh
God.
I was like, okay. So I had to scrub the whole sink down. It was like horrified me.
With a new sponge, I hope.
Well, now when we go away, the sponge goes in the garbage. The garbage goes out to the
Jim, did Gavin scream like a girl?
No, I did not. But I always take the day before we leave. I take whatever garbage bag is, in the garbage. I take it to work and throw it in the dumpster because our garbage day is Monday, so it's rare that we're leaving on a Monday for vacation. So.
Oh, Scotty's going to pull out his old dildo to get ready for his Indonesian holiday.
Those are top rack safe in the dishwasher.
They are.
Speaking of holidays, we have to do birthdays real quick before
It won't take long.
No, it won't.
Before you do birthdays, I have a question for you, Gavin. You said when you were looking at the live cam sites and all these guys had the thing sticking out of their ass, straight dudes. You couldn't figure out why. Have you figured out why yet?
I just assume that it's like a dildo kind of. I don't know what it. I can't imagine anybody can even feel it.
No, they're connected into their site, and when you pay the money, they vibrate.
Oh, are you for real? Are you?
Yeah, because I was curious, so I went and I did research for you.
Oh God!
So you went and paid some money for that?
Never.
Maybe.
No.
Get one of those for the show here.
No.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, let's.
Yeah, put it in. All right, go ahead.
Once a year we celebrate with stupid hats and plastic plates. The fact that you were able to make another trip around the sun. And gifts and laughter do abound. We let out a joyful sound and sing that stupid song. Happy birthday, now you're 1 year older. Happy birthday, your life still isn't over.
I have total of 2. I have today is Dennis in Colorado.
Right.
And on Tuesday, I have Frequency.
That's all I have also. Not a lot of fucking
I'm gonna guess
late January.
By now, you and I should have pretty much everybody. The only ones I don't add to my list are people that are like listeners on your show that I don't know. So I just don't, because why add them? I know it's horrible.
So I have a question for Big Fatty.
Do I need to play the music?
No.
Okay.
Do you when end of December and we have a new year? Do you transfer all your birthdays to a new marking calendar, or do you use some kind of digital?
Does that answer your question?
Wow.
One of these days, I'm going to be a Supreme Court justice.
That is work.
It is work.
Well, if you just use the Google Calendar, then you and Gavin could share.
That would see, but that's.
He doesn't have to worry about it now. I mean,
I use a Google Calendar. So
you forget about Rosh Hashanah.
I wish there was a way. Now, does anybody know? Maybe you can answer this, Larkin. Is there a way to set reminders for it to come up on your computer?
Yeah.
I don't know what the computer. I have an Android phone I just use the Google Calendar app on the front, and it shows.
I did not know they had a Google Calendar app.
What?
I didn't. Well, specific to their calendar, I did not know that. Okay.
Google has everything.
Because
that's what shows up for me. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that down here in the corner is my calendar. Oh, I get something I shouldn't do.
Oh, Grinder just came up.
Yeah. So and you can make it as big as you want. So you can make it a whole screen, or I just use a part of my screen, and so that always shows me. For me, there's enough room there for like the next 4 things.
Because I'm terrible with birthdays.
You're an Android person, right? Or are you an iPhone?
iPhone.
But I think Google should have made an iPhone app as well. So for Google Mail,
they do. I have a couple of. Do you have the app for the Hey Google thing on your iPhone, Gavin?
I do. Yeah.
For Google. There's a lot of Google shit out there.
Well, I mean, what my point is, like, if I were to download the calendar app and then just sign in under the name that I use for this, the same calendar would come up.
I don't know.
That's what I would assume. So.
Oh my God.
What's the matter, Big Fatty?
Do you have his gentleman caller?
They've all already gone to the bar.
Of course.
And I'm like, why the fuck are y'all there already? And Granny, I got bored sitting at home. I went, oh my God.
So by the time you get yourself ready and go.
Well, I will, but anyway. The only bad part about going early is they're now doing a fucking drag show at 8 o'clock and at 10 o'clock. It used to be just 10 o'clock. And I'm like, ugh. And then the DJ plays loud music between them, and you can't sit and have a conversation. Boy, did that sound like a grumpy old man.
Get off my lawn.
No, I definitely understand where you're coming from. I hate that you walk into a club and all you can hear is boom, 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 boom.
I mean, you literally cannot hear the person sitting across the table from you.
Yeah, it's one thing if you have like a separate section where you can go into another, like one of the bars in New Hope. It had the big dance floor in the middle of the, when you walked in the club, but then you go through another set of doors and it was more of a lounge area. Yeah. And it was a lot quieter back there. So,
well, anyway, so
they did that. Well, that's what that club between the Edge Club at Fist Fest. People were talking. I don't know what the hell they were saying. Maybe I was a little shit faced too, but
well, maybe that was it.
I don't know. Next thing I know, somebody grabbed my head and pushed me down.
and then you blew your ass out.
Then they did it for me.
Oh, it's so giving,
so kind.
Right?
They have those shop vacs everywhere these days.
Oh my god,
Larkin! I wish I ever looked that good.
He does look like you a bit, doesn't he?
Let's go with yeah.
He's got the same eyes. I think it's probably what it is.
It's got sunglasses on. How can you tell?
Pretty.
The guy with the armpit?
Yeah.
One of his eyes looks like yours.
Is that the droopy one?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go to the after show so Big Fatty can do his thing.
All right.
Big Fatty, where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me
drag show.
Well, actually, you can get the dogs. So, anyway, I'm going to have my cholesterol checked.
Okay.
There'll be no digital rectal exam.
Oh.
And DJ Star Stage, where can we find you?
Well, you can find myself and Toppy Smelly in our new show, Matinee Minutia, every other Friday, live on Univaz at 8 p.m. Eastern, where we talk about movie and television trivia. And this next episode, on the 26th, we're going to be talking about a 1931 black and white horror movie with Boris Karloff.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
UnivazPods.net.
DJ Ron, where can we find you?
At DJ Ron St. Pete on the Twitter.
And Jim?
Number one Funky Homo on Twitter, or Jim Am on Facebook.
And Larkin?
In the back alley.
Oh,
yay!
No, that's Larkin Young on Instagram.
The good old days. And you can find all my applicable links at pokinit1.blogspot.com.
Oh yeah, I love it.
The after shows, I know. That includes the after shows and porn and link to the porn from the chat room.
Y'all, there are some very large penises in this week's porn. That's all I got to say.
Yes, there is.
And lots of foreskin.
Lots.
And hairy butt.
Lots of hairy butts.
Am I not supposed to be talking over this?
Oh, well, you can talk whatever you want.
Okay.
There's a hairy butt for you. Oh my, they're big dicks.
Here's some big old dicks.
That one is deformed almost. I don't know. I like a beautiful dick.
Thank you guys for having me. I gotta go tend to my sick kitty. You guys have
Bye.
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 All right.
My favorite thing about going to the Bolt here in Sacramento is they have a great big. You go in the bar and you think like there's no one there because they have like their backyard is humongous outside.
Oh, so everybody's out there?
Everybody's outside, especially now that the weather's nice.
What's the temperature like there?
What is it? Like 70?
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Have a great
Bye.
Thank
you for calling.
See, Jim, there's an option for us when we hit the lottery.
What?
Sacramento.
We'll see.
If you want, I would say Santa Rosa, Petaluma.
All right. Well, let us hit the lottery first.
Yeah. No, but I'm going to win the lottery for the 1.6 billion or whatever it is up to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we all are.
Yeah. I mean, we were practicing on Friday. You had to hear us. I told you where I sit on our floor. We're the older people, and we've been there the longest. And they have us in a corner, and we were like laughing and giggling. All you heard was "fuck you." I'm going out. Fuck you. Eat
So
me.
it is 81 degrees here right now.
Oh, nice. That was Florida. When I was in Florida, it was hot and humid this time. I mean, it was like 96 degrees with humidity, and that was late. I was sweating like a beast, man.
Florida's decided not to participate in fall this year. It's been in the low 90s here in Tampa Bay all week. And tomorrow they're saying, hey, relief is on the way. We're only going to get to 88.
All right.
That's better.
Well, you know what? I mean, it was nice today. I was still running around in shorts. It went up to the low 70s. But I don't, a little bit warmer, a little bit clearer weather I would enjoy. I don't know.
Yeah, it gets a little too breezy in Philly for me. Thanks.
Breezy or cold?
Fucking cold.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's funny because I think Philadelphia's weather is mild compared to North Jersey. And we might have about 2 weeks where it's really doesn't go above freezing. Where up in North Jersey, it might be like 2 months. I know, not that many miles, but it's just the way the weather hits it.
Right now, through the end of the month, the average temperature is going to be about 75, 76, and the lows are going to be just above 50.
Oh, that's nice. And that's at night usually.
At the low, yeah.
In January,
what is it? In January here? Highs are, I would say, mid 50s. Lows are lower 40s, upper 30s.
Okay.
And we do get the freezes once in a while, and
All right.
Did we ever get an answer? I think Fatty asked it. Why Napalm Larkin?
He doesn't know. He does a show on it, and he doesn't know.
He asked the question, and
I never saw I was too busy. I have the chat window small, so when I click on the porn, it covers up a lot. So.
Oh, okay.
So no, it's from Survivor.
Oh.
He never got it. That's okay. His name Palm Natalie.
He'll sleep.
So.
Oh my God.
All right, I got to ask everybody here, since the lottery is so high, if you were to hit, okay, you would walk with, if you did the cash option or whatever, it's like $900 million.
No, not enough.
What would be your I don't want to say fantasy, but what is the one thing you would do that you would really want to do?
Hire a hitman.
After hiring a tax accountant. For who?
Don't say it because.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, don't say it.
Do not say it. If
don't
you're
say
thinking
it.
where I'm going, yeah. So.
Something happens, you'd be in deep doo.
No, Ricky was actually from 12 Monkeys. They said some things, and they were actually. It was at the FBI. Someone actually, investigated them.
Oh,
so.
No, you're talking about what would I do?
Like what would be the one thing that you would want to do like, above everything else?
I told them at work that I would probably rent a dumpster and pull it up to the front window. Have the window removed and just start tossing shit. I mean, you know, like just start tossing stuff
I
out.
would just pay somebody to do that.
Probably. Well, I don't. You know what? I would do that, and then I would turn around, and what would I have? What would I have left in the house? Probably like my rubber dog do collection. You know, stupid.
Okay. That sum of money is so obscene that if you just put it in the bank and lived off the simple interest, you would still have like 10 million a year to spend.
Yeah.
You have $1 million every month to spend. I mean, it's you know.
I think we're still talking Swiss bank account. Travel, I wouldn't buy anything physically, but just go from luxury motel to luxury motel, eat at the finest restaurants. Oh yeah, and quit my job.
Yeah, that's a given.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go on Crystal Cruise continuously? Just stay on continuously in the penthouse?
Nah, I don't think so. I would get old after a while.
I would do it just so Antivera Charles couldn't get the room.
That's nice.
Oh, Scotty wants to know what I meant by cash option. In the United States, most of the lotteries, the way it works is, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't really know that much about this, but you can either get a lump sum as a cash option, and you don't get the full amount of what the lottery says it is. Like it's at 1.6 billion. The cash that's based on if you take payouts.
Annuity.
Like an annuity where you get regular payments of a certain amount. By the time it's done, that's what the amount would be.
You get paid.
I think that's over 20 years.
Yeah. If you take a cash option, it's a lot less. That's like what, 3 lump sum? I'm not sure how it works, but it's
so
larger amounts paid out.
I used to have all that written down in a spreadsheet.
The issue is everybody's here thinking that they're not going to be able to have to pay U.S. tax dollars on it.
Yeah,
there's no way around paying the tax on the initial amount.
Right.
And then later, there's all the loopholes that they've already created just to make sure you make all your money off of capital gains, and then you only have to pay the 15%, not 40%.
Well, the state tax comes out right away.
No, if you buy a ticket in Jersey,
yeah,
okay, we're Jersey residents. We buy a ticket in Jersey and win, we do not pay income tax on it.
Are you sure?
You still pay the federal tax, though.
You pay federal.
Okay, I know one of them automatically comes out.
That would be the federal.
Okay,
then that
comes out before you even get the money.
Right.
Correct.
And so, what would you do with the money?
What would you do with the money, Jim?
I mean, we were talking about this earlier. Like we were saying, like we both want a warmer climate, you know, things like that. And you know, we said, I would probably want to go south along the East Coast. You were saying about the West, and it was like, we could do both for a while. But like, I'm so set. Like I am a home person. I need a home, not 2 houses.
Right.
You know,
my thing about I always say Tucson, is because that would just be as long as my parents are alive.
Well,
because I want to be there to take care of them or make sure that they're taken care of. And if I set it up, if I go out there and I set it up, that they don't have to worry about anything because they're in their 80s. So like my dad's 85 now. So, well, 84, but I mean, once everything's set up, then I don't need to live there. You know what I mean? So
Scotty said they don't pay any tax on winnings in Australia, but when your Australian dollar is only worth 40 cents American, it's like whatever. I know they've took a big hit right now, so now's the time to go to Australia. I don't know what the
It
foreign
costs
exchange
way
rate,
much
but
to fly there, though. It's like, how much is it to fly there? Like over $1,000.
if you kind of watch, there's websites that have super deals. You
And
can
it's what,
get
a day and a half.
places incredibly cheap at times.
Isn't it a day and a half trip or something? I don't know.
I know someone who was just in Sydney, and she left there on a Monday, got back to LA the next day on Monday. So she had 2 Mondays, and she was not happy.
Yeah. That's one thing I wouldn't mind doing is going to Australia, just because that's a place I've always wanted to go. But I can't afford it. So I'm old. I'm old and poor. So.
So it's 71 cents. So for every 71 cents, you get $1 Australian. So it's a really good deal per little Aussie battler.
What's the price of a Big Mac in Australia?
But it's expensive to live there.
That's not fair because they use kangaroo meat.
Yeah, they use kangaroo wallaby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheaper for you, Scotty. It's cheaper for you guys to fly here than it is for us to fly there for some bizarre reason, but it is.
Also, you have to remember Australia is a humongous country, and their population, what is the population of Australia? About 30 million?
Well, there's a lot of empty space there, isn't there?
Yeah, and the bigger the country and the less the population, you don't get economies of scale.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's good to know.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. I was going to tell Big Fatty when they were trying to figure out a new show for their Survivor podcast.
Right.
There's these 2 hot Australian boys, and they do a podcast called Two Boys Talk Survivor. And they're 2 gay guys that live in Perth.
Oh, okay.
But they are currently doing it. But since they like to take titles of previous used shows.
Oh, by the way, on Cub, yes, I'm hooked on Doctor Who now. I did
You a dork?
a season and a half in a week. So
Well, I know this may sound way off, but I was just introduced to Nurse Jackie.
I heard that was really good. I never got around to it.
Yeah, it is good. I'm really enjoying it. I'm about 5 episodes in season 1.
What's that about?
It's it looks like it might be a lower Manhattan hospital,
Right.
and Nurse Jackie is hooked on drugs, but it's all the people around her. She gets her drugs from the farm, even though she's happily married, she has 2 little girls, but she gets her drugs from the pharmacist in the hospital. And the exchange is she gets the drugs, she has to bang this guy.
Oh.
Oh,
It's
okay.
interesting, but it shows, from my eyes, now I understand why Edie Falco has been praised so much for her acting, because she really pulls it off.
Okay.
$4.52. That's how much they pay for a Big Mac in Australia. $4.52.
Wow.
Meat must be expensive.
How much-
I have a recommendation for.
I think a Big Mac here is pretty expensive too. I don't think it's. I think if you were even, I think it costs more than that here if you do the exchange rate.
I have a recommendation for a movie if you can get a hold of it. I haven't seen it advertised anywhere or on Netflix or Hulu. I watch on one of my bootleg things, but it's called Hotel Artemis. It's actually really good. So if you get a chance to find it,
a Big Mac
Comedy,
about $3.99.
comedy, drama,
drama. Well, it's action. It's
action. Okay.
yeah. It's a lot of blood, a lot of
Oh, great.
lot of fighting, a lot of blood.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's very good. But if you like that kind of, like, I don't know what. Do you remember? Did you ever hear of John something.
John Waters, John Wayne,
No,
John Phillips.
John Witt. I want to say John Witt, but I don't know if that's right. But it's along that line, like a lot of like blood and murder and such things. But a lot of like fighting and action and strong characters. But it's very good. So
Everybody's putting their Big Mac prices on the chat room, sort of like Big Fatty asking about gas prices around the country.
Yeah.
Line.
I've never eaten a Big Mac ever.
I have. They're from what I remember, they're all right. I haven't had them.
They're okay. Well, they were okay, but again, been a long time since I've had one.
The only thing I ever get at McDonald's is because I'm usually flying out. Is I get the
Egg McMuffin?
no either. Well, I've had those too, but I like their little burritos, breakfast burritos. So, got to get more than one though. You got to like buy like 2 or 3. And their hash browns are pretty good too. So, kudos.
Seeing a trend here.
You know, and I also heard that down in Australia, all their Big Macs are made up from grown-up kangaroo. They go. All the employees, as they're driving to work, are required to pick up any roadkill.
I've actually had kangaroo. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Does it taste like chicken?
No, it tastes like it's like tastes like a cross between beef and pork.
Oh.
Like it's, I don't know. It's a little more beefy than pork, but it's not quite like steak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That makes sense? I don't know.
Whatever.
It wasn't bad. I mean, I worked at a restaurant that had what they call wild game season. And it like starts this time of year. And every week they have a different like wild game. They get from a place called the Broken Arrow Ranch in Arizona. And you'd have like hippopotamus and bear and like real oddities like that. But a lot of them were good. Every year they always had the goat ball. What are they? Rocky Mountain oysters.
Ah.
They would always get those, and people would be like, "Oh, I can't eat that."
Let's talk about the contents of a hot dog. That's what
no.
I think the I think when we're talking about Rocky Mountain oysters, my grandfather always told me that the only thing they don't put in hot dogs is the oink.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everything else goes.
That's always been, because way back when they made sausage and everything else, they normally put the leftovers in. I mean, the things you couldn't use otherwise.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
That's what they say about Scrapple. Everything but the oink.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the best piece of ass you'll ever eat.
Yeah, hot dogs anymore. Like I love a hot dog. I do, but I can't really eat them because like they make my joints swell up. Man, right?
You
all those nitrates, or what is it?
Must be. I don't know.
You have to switch to a kosher hot dog.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've had like Nathan. What is it? Nathan's or not Nathan's? The one Hebrew National. Those are usually pretty good.
Even Top Right brand is good.
Yeah. What were those ones? The jumbo ones that we got?
That was jumbo filth.
It's like double R ranch something. I don't know.
Where's Dirty Dick, Gavin?
Yeah. But those were huge hot dogs, and they were pretty fucking good.
I'm thinking for all food, if most people saw the mass production of most of the food we eat, they'd be absolutely appalled, regardless of what it is.
You know, they think it's all nicely packaged and sitting in the grocery store.
Yeah, they think somebody's grandmother is baking this stuff and then putting it in the.
Yeah, but I mean, like with meats, I think if you've never been to a slaughterhouse, I think that's something that you should experience just to see what really goes on.
I remember my little sister went on a field trip to they had a slaughterhouse in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and she ever since then she just would not. There were a lot.
What kind of a fucking school would take kids to a?
I totally agree. They didn't go in the slaughter part. They just went in like
If they were if they had an FHA, for kind of program,
it was like the prep area, like where they like sent the steaks through to be packaged and all that. And I was just like, what?
Here's how we rip apart a carcass.
Yeah,
yeah. You see these menacing hooks on an assembly line.
Yeah, they didn't have that part. It was more just the packaging area.
Yeah.
But
my cousin used to live in an apartment. She got it pretty cheap and then discovered why. There was a slaughterhouse behind the apartment building.
Oh,
and they started up at 6 a.m. and she was awakened every morning to some hideous sounds.
I would imagine. Oof.
Yeah.
Glazed
ham.
I used to do deliveries all the time to this one funeral home, and they cremated people, and they had their big chimney stack, and like 50 feet outside the back was an apartment complex with windows.
Oh.
I always thought, could you live there knowing that smoke coming out of there was,
that you're breathing in people's? Oh no.
Converter.
I bet it was cheap to live there, though.
I don't know. Well,
now you know why.
Oh my God, I can't imagine.
So the dude that worked there was fucking hot.
That's all that mattered.
Yeah, I always enjoyed it when I got that.
No, it doesn't smell like bacon. No, not at all. No. Next time you go to your hairdresser, light the pile of hair in the corner on fire. That's pretty much what it smells like.
All right. I think I'm going to call it a night, guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty much tired. We have to get up and go grocery shopping in the morning.
Yeah, and get our lottery tickets.
Well, I knew you weren't going to say church.
Well, I got my Mega Million tickets already. So.
We didn't ask Larkin. What were you going to do with your millions?
I don't know. Because it's such an obscene money, you could do anything you want times 100.
Okay, just pick one.
Yeah, I'd want to travel the world. I hate short days, so I'd probably spend all winter here in the Southern Hemisphere, so you'd have long days, and then come back and just travel the world and what else? It's hard to know. I would want to start a foundation for something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Try to put a lot of that money to good work, because there's no way you could ever spend it all. So start a foundation. The foundation, I would do something good.
Well, I would immediately, one of the first things I would do is I would set up trust funds for like all my nieces and great nieces and all that shit. So
no, you wouldn't.
Yeah, so you create nightmares when they are they old enough? When they get that age,
my nephews are, but their kids aren't. So, but like for my great nieces and nephews, it'd be for like college,
Yeah.
A girl.
If you didn't go to college, you have to wait till you're 25.
You know what? A girl at work
get it right away.
A girl at work said, what she would do is, like, she has the sisters and brothers, right? She would give each of them the same amount of money and let them worry about it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
But again, it keeps coming back to, none of us have ever had that kind of money that you can even imagine it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I know one thing I would definitely do is I would wait about 6 months till everything blew over, and then I change my name.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're hounded.
See, that's my problem right now, is I'm the only person in the whole world with my name, and I would not want my name released.
Yeah, well, I'm in the same boat. Well, in New Jersey, unfortunately, we don't have a choice. but I have heard, I don't know if it's true or not, if you set up like an LLC
Yep.
to claim it for you, then you can get around that. But eventually somebody's gonna
get
let it slip. You know what I mean?
Oops.
That was loud.
Well,
Avon lady must be at the door.
Avon.
All right, so let's say good night.
All right.
Okay.
See you later, boys.
Good night.
Thank you for all the wonderful porn. Have a lovely weekend.
You too.